Many adults brush off teen relationships, believing that they're inconsequential or unable to stand the test of time. In reality, romantic connections between teenagers can be formative, instructive, fulfilling, and valuable whether or not they last over the long term, and some may. Let's examine some of the different factors involved in being a teen in a romantic relationship, and look at ways you can get support. Is teen love real? Definitely. Answering this question is not truly possible. Relationships can be complicated, and feelings and their meanings are generally subjective. For instance, those who consider the only real love to be the kind that leads to marriage have a very narrow definition. In their view, most teen love today would not be real. However, those who have a broader definition of love that encompasses all types of meaningful experiences would be more likely to agree that teenage love can absolutely be real. In the end, a relationship that brings you joy, fulfillment, and comfort that's healthy and helps you learn something about yourself is usually a good goal, regardless of how long it may last, or what it may or may not turn into. Love versus lust. It's not uncommon for teenagers and adults alike to have confusion around love versus lust sometimes. Lust typically refers more to physical attraction, and it can be fleeting. Love typically refers to a more emotional connection that is characterized by a deep care for another person. Especially as a teenager, experiencing all different types of connections can be beneficial. That said, learning to recognize different types can help you manage your expectations for where you want the connection to go. Can teenager love last? Teen love can last. Just ask the high school sweethearts out there that are still married decades later. When it comes to marriages in particular, there are clear statistics available. According to a report from the CDC, marriages that occur at the age of 18 years or younger have a 10% probability of breaking up after just 1 year, and that likelihood increases to 29% after 5 years. In comparison, 6% of those who get married between the ages 20-25 get a divorce after 1 year of living together, and 17% end their marriages after 5 years. The same report also states that the average, steady romantic relationship in high school typically lasts 6 months for 16-year-olds, and about a year for 17 and 18-year-olds. So while there are certain trends that indicate a low probability that teen love will last forever, that doesn't mean it can't last for a time that's helpful and joyful for the people involved. Plus, most teenagers aren't looking for a life partner at this age. That means that, to an adolescent, a love that lasts may simply refer to one that offers joy and learning experiences for whatever duration feels right to the partners in it. The statistics of teenager love. The same report also states that the average, steady romantic relationship in high school typically lasts 6 months for 16-year-olds, and about a year for 17 and 18-year-olds. So, while there are certain trends that indicate a low probability that teen love will last forever, that doesn't mean it can't last for a time that's helpful and joyful for the people involved. Plus, most teenagers aren't looking for a life partner at this age. That means that, to an adolescent, a love that lasts may simply refer to one that offers joy and learning experiences for whatever duration feels right to the partners in it. Consider what's best for you. When teenagers start relationships while they're in high school, they're going to face a challenging decision when graduation comes around. Many adolescents choose to leave town for college, job opportunities, or travel after this point, which can separate couples. Even if you'll be staying in the same place as your partner, or moving to the same new area, it's worth considering if remaining in this relationship is what's best for you. Young adulthood can be a time of exciting new opportunities, and the chance to meet all kinds of people. Whether you choose to stay with your high school partner, or to end things before you both move on, remember, the goal at this age doesn't have to be settling into a lifelong relationship as soon as possible. You're allowed to take as much time as you need to weigh your options, and make the decision that's right for you, and your current and future happiness, regardless of how that may affect your current relationship status.